Hey there YouTube, it is Patty. Watch PattiMelt. Today's date is Saturday, January 2nd, 2016. Happy New Year to everyone. I just wanted to come in with an update regarding my journey and also my recent reconstructive surgery after massive weight loss. So I had updated everyone, oh gosh, right before Christmas, and there's a few things that I wanted to clarify that I think weren't very clear in that last video, so I thought I'd address those items in reviewing that. So, okay, so I started my journey in October of 2013. My high weight was 360 pounds. I am 5'10". I'm 47 years old, about to be 48. And so I decided at that point that I needed to do something to prolong my life and deal with some other health issues that I was starting to have. So investigated into weight loss surgery and also Optifast. So I did Optifast for 4 months, and I had my gastric bypass on April 15th of 2014, and on that day I was 290 pounds. So I lost 53 on Optifast and then 17 through the means of, just traditional exercise and watching what I was eating. So, so 290 on April 15th, 2014, and I had the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. And then fast forward to July 13th of 2015, just a couple months, 6 months ago, and that's when I hit my goal. And my goal weight was 180 pounds. I was actually 179 pounds on that day. I never saw 180. And knew I was going to be heading for reconstructive plastic surgery, and had made the decision to have it with Dr. Timothy Katzen here in Los Angeles County, California. So I had my reconstructive surgery on December 1st, 2015, so a month and a day ago. And again, Dr. Timothy Katzen, he's actually out of the city of Beverly Hills. And he performed a abdominoplasty with muscle repair. He performed a breast lift and breast augmentation. I have the anchor cut, and he also did liposuction on my hips. So all went well. He was while he was doing my procedure, as far as my abdominoplasty, he did find that I had a hernia, which he discovered, and he was able to repair that. So I don't think I mentioned that he was the one who actually discovered that while we were in surgery, and he repaired it during that time. So a couple of things that I wanted to clarify, and I'm going to look at my notes. I mentioned this allergy to a micronutrient where you can't metabolize, or where our bodies can't break down adhesive tape. So here's what that's about. So as weight loss surgery patients, we have a micronutrient that we don't metabolize, and that can't. So that micronutrient, whatever it is what breaks down adhesive and tape. And so that's why, as weight loss surgery patients, we should really stay away from tape of any type that is going to be sticking to our body for any length of time. People who lose weight through traditional means do not have this challenge. So Dr. Katzen, he's the one who said, it's some micronutrient, and it's only in weight loss surgery patients, and it doesn't matter what weight loss surgery you've had, we all consistently have it across the board. So I also mentioned that I saw Dr. Katzen 1 week after my surgery. I actually saw him the very next morning after my surgery, and the following morning when I was at the care facility, he was there first thing in the morning. Woke me up both days just to make sure that I was doing well, and checking my incisions, and checking just like my draining and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to put that out there, because I don't want anyone to think that I didn't see him for a week after surgery. I saw him both days, and he was awesome. He came in right before he was going in to do other surgeries. So let's see. I mentioned pain and time as two items that I had to plan for, meaning needing to stay on top of the pain. One of the things I didn't mention, I told you that I had used narcotics in the form of Percocet, which was prescribed, but I also had a pain pump that was automatically inserted into where the area of my abdomen where my abdominoplasty was, and it was inserted along the lines of my actual drains. And that was an automated pain pump, nothing that I had to manage. It was in a little bag type thing, kind of like a fanny pack, and it automatically fed into my body. So that was another source of pain control, and that probably lasted, well, I had it removed when I went for my 1 week post-op. At the same time I had my catheter removed, he also removed the pain pump. The little, it looked like little probes that go into the same openings of your drains. So neither hurt. It didn't hurt to have the drains removed. It didn't hurt to have the pain pump removed. So that was good. The other thing I talked about was time and just planning for recovery time. I started feeling, I took a big turn on Christmas Eve. I woke up Christmas Eve morning, which was great timing, and I felt significantly better. And the recovery for me in this is kind of like a stair step. Like I'll have a big major day where I feel really, really good, and then it'll just stay kind of like that for a couple days, maybe even up to a week, and then I'll have another big incline step of feeling really good. So like I mentioned, I'm a month and a day out, and today was actually my first day back to work. I worked for 1 hour. I went and showed a couple of properties to a client. It was right here around the corner from my house, so it was very nice and convenient, and I wasn't going to push it. But I'm also trying to really scale back and keep my schedule modified so that I don't get overly tired, and so that my swelling isn't too much by the end of the day, because you naturally have swelling after this procedure for a while, and it builds up during the day. It's not bad, or mine's not bad, but I do get it, and that's just because the lymphatic system is still repairing, and so all those connections are still forming back together, and that can last up to 6 months. So just pacing myself is going to be important. We did go out New Year's Eve. We went to dinner, and then we came back, and I took a nap. And then we went to a friend of ours' house who was having a New Year's Eve party, and we went for like an hour. We went from like 8:30 to 10, and I was back home and in bed by 10:30. Speaking of, I'm sleeping back in my bed now, and that started about 6 nights ago. And I would say 4 of the 6 nights I've been able to make it through the night. 2 of those nights I still have to go to my recliner that I rented, and the recliner that I rented is one of those recliners that basically is an electric one. It basically lifts you all the way out. Don't need that part of it now. My muscles in my stomach have, the atrophy is not so bad, and I'm building them back up a little bit. But nonetheless, when you first come out of surgery, that is one of the key things that's helpful. Besides having supportive people around you, that chair was really, really good, and it's still continuing to be good. So, and talking about sleeping in my bed, it's just kind of funny because you go from a position of almost sitting up, or kind of sitting up in a recliner, not sitting up, but leaning back, and you can recline all the way back, but then you have this electric thing you can push, and it pushes you up. Well, when you're in bed, it's you, and it's your stomach muscles doing that. And so the best way I can describe it is I'm still sleeping on my back because I just am not comfortable sleeping on my sides yet, and I'm a side sleeper typically. I'm a spooner. So it's kind of like a turtle on its back. Like I feel like I'm just like, my arms and legs, trying to get up. It's just kind of funny. So I feel like a turtle on its back, or a roly-poly on its back. So some of the things that I've learned to do to modify and help myself get up is like to bend my legs and then put my arms behind my legs and kind of rock forward, and that helps me. So just all these little modifications that you don't think of. So pain time, the stomach. But one other thing is emotion. I did not realize the level of emotion I was going to have at all. Pretty much weeks 2 and 3. And it wasn't like the whole week or anything like that, but I had several bouts where I had uncontrollable tears. And I was crying over the most insignificant things. And my poor mom, she was here one day, and I was just like, and here, here I am, almost 48 years old, and my mom is, almost 80 years old, and she still wants to make her baby feel better. And, I just felt really bad to have that. And then, of course, my husband experienced it a couple times. And then the other thing that went along with the emotion is I got really emotional the first time I was able to shower. And I know that sounds kind of interesting, like, why would you get emotional about that? But it was the first time I was taking off my compression garment. And because you sponge bathe up until your drains are out, which mine were like 19 days. And then I just went to a local salon and got my hair washed a couple of times and dried. But the emotion around the garment, and first of all, somebody had asked me if I felt like I was going to miss my skin or anything like that. Not at all. I don't miss it, but the first time, like, I was removing my garment, I felt so exposed in a different way that I haven't, because there's nothing there there's no layer of protection. Everything's flat and gone, and which is great. That's the intention, but I don't know what it was. I feel like my compression garment is almost like a security blanket for me. The good news is I have to wear it for at least 4 to 6 weeks, so I've got at least probably 2 to 3 more weeks in this, maybe more. I mean, you could probably wear it as long as you want to wear it, but I feel most comfortable in it. And it's basically at my calves, and it goes all the way up, and it's very tight. And then on the sides right here, at your thigh, all the way up to right under your breast, it's got hooks and a zipper on each side, and it's by Marina, Marena, and it's a black suit. I call it my scuba suit. So it kind of reminds me of a scuba suit. And then it's got it comes right under the breasts. So yeah, it comes right under the breast, and then it's got little straps here that just come over. And then I'm also wearing a sports bra now, and I'm just wearing a regular sports bra. So, and that both of these have to be on 24/7, but interestingly enough, they're like my coat of armor right now. And from a security perspective, I am getting better. Today it didn't really bother me to have my compression gear off. When I was showering afterwards, I usually want to put it on first thing afterwards, unless I'm washing it. So I've got backup Spanx when I'm washing my compression gear, but it's just really interesting. Not something, and it made me really, really emotional the first time. So let's see. Another thing I didn't mention, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, is Dr. Katzen was the one who discovered my hernia when he was in doing my surgery. So I didn't know about my hernia. He discovered it and he repaired it, which I'm completely grateful for. Oh, regarding my swelling, I know I mentioned I had about 25 pounds of swelling, and I kind of want to revise that. It was probably 20 pounds, and the reason why I say that is I think 5 to 6 of that were hormonally based. During that time frame was my cycle, and I typically gain 5 to 6 pounds leading up to my cycle every month consistently. So it was probably 20 pounds of swelling that I had. Today I am back at my actual surgery weight of 169. So that's good. I figure I have about 5 more pounds of swelling to lose. And I can see it. There's around my incision area, which is where, your lymphatic system is completely disrupted. That's where my swelling mostly is. So, and it's interesting too, my feet swell up at night the last 2 nights. I'm not sure why, but they have. So I think I need to drink more water. I know it sounds counterproductive, but apparently that's supposed to help. So, and then the lymphatic massage, I had mentioned that I did that once. I actually was doing it every day or every other day, and I'm starting to do it again just to kind of help with my feet swelling. So I also oh, I didn't mention how important the people around me and the support has been. First of all, I want to thank my mom and my husband, my daughter. My mom and my husband have been here. My husband took the first week off work, and of course he's here at night. And then my mom, after the first week, she's been with me almost every day up until this last week. She'll come over when I'm going to shower and so forth, so that she just knows I'm okay. And so I feel comfortable. I do have a chair in my shower. That's great. It's a shower chair. But it's just been really important for me to have somebody close by. And that's getting less and less now. I mean, I can be home alone all day or whatever. Again, like I said, I'm starting back to work. Probably a little more. I'm starting on Tuesday. I do see Dr. Katzen for another post-op follow-up on Monday, so I'll find out, what his thoughts are on my recovery and so forth. But he told me last time I could kind of go modified. I feel like I'm about a week behind a normal recovery, and I don't know if that's my age or what. It's fine. It's all good. So, but I'm doing great. And I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys all of the different things that I used and that I needed post-surgery. I've got it all set up here, so I will be making another video. And I am going to attach to this video some of the pictures from my surgery. So some of them pre, and then the actual skin removed and the actual liposuction photos. So anyways, thanks so much. Hope everyone's doing well. And if you have any questions, make sure you just, you can either message me or you can leave a question below. I'm happy to answer. And I hope you have a great evening. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.